You have a right to claim asylum. You have a right to see a judge, and we make that happen. But at the end of that due process, if the judge says you must go home, then we have to take them home. And because if we're not, what the hell are we doing?
President-elect Donald Trump has vowed to carry out the nation's largest deportation force, removing more illegal immigrants from the United States than any of his predecessors. Trump announced he would appoint former U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement leader Tom Homan as his administration's border czar.
I've been yelling and screaming about it, telling them what they need to do to fix it. So when the president asked me, would you come back and fix it? Of course I have to. I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't.
Trump and Vice Presidential-elect J.D. Vance have given varying numbers of illegal immigrants with criminal records in the country, with differences of hundreds of thousands. Still, they tout starting to deport millions of criminal immigrants upon taking office.
Public safety threats and national security threats will be the priority, because they have to be. They pose the most danger to this country.
Homan plans on targeting job sites for illegal immigrants. Historically, workplace raids have made national headlines as ICE has targeted adults working at food processing centers.
Words like operations have to happen. Here's why, Steve. Where do we find most victims of sex trafficking and forced labor trafficking? At work sites. And the Biden administration shut down work sites. On one point, they say we care about sex trafficking and human trafficking. Then they shut down worksite enforcement, which is one of the main areas we find the victims of this.
Mass deportation efforts are expected to produce fallout with business and immigrant families. Homan put the blame for that fallout on the families in an interview with 60 Minutes.
Families can be deported together. Because their parent obviously entered the country illegally, had a child knowing he was in the country illegally, so he created that crisis.
Homan says he's received death threats since being tapped by Trump, but stands by the Trump administration's border plan.